Sup guys, this is DJ New World and welcome back to another one of my videos. This video, I'm going to title it Being Human, mainly because there's a list of things that I said I was going to do. Mainly the fact that I said that I was going to make like 6 different topics that nobody really talks about. And I just realized something on my journey of growing up and over the last few days is partially to do with that song that I made. I wish I had time to like make sure that's perfect. I'm probably gonna redo it later. But and I also watched this movie called Horns. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a tale of a love story that has it's like a love story murder mystery. All that to say is that when it comes to love, there's ups and downs. There's moments where you choose to suffer alone in order to keep the people that you love from feeling the same pain you do. And all that's well and good, but suffering alone, all it does is burden you even more. We we need each other to survive. And that's if we use people or if we have people helping us like mutually. We need people to survive. And with that concept in mind, the ideal is that if we need people so much, then why do we at times contain our pain and hold ourselves together just by bits and pieces trying to figure everything out on our own? The truth of the matter is we can't do everything on our own. I've tried to do everything on my own and I've succeeded at times, but other times I've failed because there's certain things you just can't do alone. You need people to survive. You need people to help you deal with what you're going through. That thought in the back of your mind telling you that no one will ever understand, that's a lie. And being the fact that that's a lie, if you're being truly honest with yourself, you got to tell people what you're dealing with, what you're going through, how much pain you're in, or if you're happy, try to show it. Don't be afraid to show that you're happy. There's been times where I've been afraid that I'm happy because, I've suffered in pain for so long that I'm just not willing to just be happy. If you act um with the thought in your mind that you shouldn't be willing to be happy, then you're going to limit yourself. Don't ever limit yourself. In order to be the best person you can be honest with yourself, be honest with the people around you. Sometimes you got to even be honest even if it's going to hurt them. Like pulling from this movie Horns, there's a little spoiler, but in the movie the woman that he was in love with broke off their relationship because she had cancer and she was gonna die. And when I came to that realization, like before they even explained it, I knew that at times we do stupid things for love. Like she didn't want him to be sad and suffer because she saw her dad go through it, watching her mother die because she had cancer. Spend as much time with the people you love as possible, even if, like, say for example, um, if I was gonna die tomorrow, the people I love, they're out doing their own things right now, but I they have jobs and stuff, but I know at the end of the day I can come to them. You gotta be able to, even if you think that you can't come to your family or your friends about anything, you gotta have in your mind that If they're truly your family, if they're truly your friends, they'll be willing to listen to any problem you're having, even if it's not a problem. Say that you just want to talk and catch up. Say you want to shoot the breeze, talk about, like with my friends. A lot of times I talk about with them like anime, video games, existentialism. We have some deep conversations. That's something for another time. But you got to keep that in mind, that you should be able to talk to your friends, your family at any given time. And since I'm going over the topic of love, that little part about in my song, what was it? Me saying the black sheep is gonna be something great. The black sheep is gonna make this world a better place for the future. That's my personal goal. That doesn't have to be your goal. That doesn't have to be everybody else's goal. But my personal goal is, because for years I've been looked down on, for years that I've been treated poorly by society as a whole. Because, being, it's not, it, for those of you who don't know, I'm black on the surface, but I am mixed with multiple races, and at times people look at the skin deep type deal, and I never understood the concept, mainly because I was raised differently. I was raised that loving everyone, no matter what their race is the best thing you can do to be a good person. I've always understood that no matter your race, no matter your background, if you're a good person, that'll show through, and that is just gonna make me want to deal with you. If you're a person that every chance you get you're trying to shoot people down, or trying to what is it? Break break bonds between people, make people hate, then I don't want to deal with you, and I don't want you in my presence. I don't even want to speak to you at times. Sometimes you just got to cut off the negative people, be it friends or family. If they're truly your friend, they're going to be able to be positive with you when you're positive, or understand when you're down, and try to lift you up. If they're your family, if they're constantly putting you down, they're not your family anymore. Sometimes you got to cut people off. And but when it comes to family, the key to that is that if you do cut them off, eventually you might have to come back to them, cuz people don't understand what they have until it's gone from them. Um like this is a pretty bad example, but I spent a while of my childhood um just not talking to people, like doing my own thing, figuring stuff out. Not because I was just extremely antisocial, it was just that I personally couldn't trust many people. And given the fact that, like, I've been put down all of my life and society has seen me in a negative light, I have at times went off and did things on my own. Was it good? Yeah, a little bit, because it taught me that how to be independent. But in the grand scheme of things, it's bad because you don't know how to interact with people properly. Best example of this from my own life is in I had went through a very traumatizing experience when I was younger, and because of that, I didn't talk to anybody, wasn't doing much of any talking all through elementary school and part of middle school. I actually learned how to talk to people by mimicking way other people talk. And that's probably why I'm so good at doing, different voices. I want like different cartoon voices. Um, Mimicking people in the grand scheme of things seems like a good idea to me. It seemed like a good idea, but you lose yourself in trying to be like everybody else. That's in my life, that was a big scale type deal. In other people's lives, they're like trying to dress a certain way, try to talk a certain way, try to, for different sexualities, try to not embrace their own sexuality because they think society's going to judge them or society has judged them. You got to love yourself and love others to be able to survive in this world, because anybody worth their salt is going to be able to be strong for you and strong for them at the same time. And you should be able to return the favor at any given moment. Like, I posted this meme on Instagram and it was funny, but it was some real ish. It said that, call me in 5 minutes, um, say that's an emergency. And the person, it was like a text message. The person responded with a text, is like, level 1 or level 10? Level 10, get me the hell out of here. It was funny, but in the grand scheme of things, you got to be able to have real friends and real family that if you're in a terrible situation that you don't want to be in, they'll be able to rescue you. That's a minuscule like example because it's generally a joke, but in the grand scheme of things, you need people that are going to be willing to be like, "Oh, you're in trouble. I'll drop everything to just come save you." And you got to be strong enough to do that for others. This plays back into the fact that loving others and loving yourself, because over time you're going to have to build that strength, that confidence that you can do anything if you put your mind to, and also know your limits. In a grand scheme of things, know your limits, know what you can and can't do. By that I mean, if you think you can't do something, test it. Like, best example is, I'm currently going to school for computer science, right? And that's something I wanted to do since I was little, mainly because I just like taking apart stuff and putting it back together. And the process of going through this and learning all this stuff has been somewhat fun, but the stress is a lot. And, you know, knowing your limits plays into the fact that when it came to stuff that I'm currently doing, like, yeah, it stresses me out, but I know at any given time, if I just sit down and buckle down, I can get everything done I need to. That's the confidence that I have, that you should be able to have. Anybody should be able to have. Like, no matter how much you're going through, you should be able to put, put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, and say that, oh, I can handle this. Or if you can't handle this, get somebody that can help you handle a situation. But that's all I gotta say on the topic. Um, like I said, this video is called Being Human, and at times, hard concept for everyone to understand. The simplest things that we know we're supposed to do, we don't do because we're afraid or we think something's wrong's gonna happen. Be the best you can be, and that's really all anybody can ask from you. And if they try to change you into something that they want, and you know in your heart that's not what you want, then that person's not for you. Relationship, friendship, family, even, that person's not for you. I'm trying not to make this video that long. Like and subscribe for more topics like this. I got more gaming stuff coming down the pipeline. I got so much ideas of stuff I want to do. I'm not done yet. Watch me grow, and I'll grow along with you.